I've tested hundreds of different car gadgets in the past, and today I bought 8 more of them that I'll be testing and rating 1 through 10. Starting with the one that's been purchased the least on Amazon, and moving towards one that's been bought over 20,000 times this month. Product number 8 is this car desk that was purchased under 100 times this month. Let's try it out. I think it just attaches onto the steering wheel, so I'll try and put it onto the top here. Doesn't slide in very easily. There we go. It does attach to the bottom there, and let's see if I can get it on the other side now. I can't seem to get this to fit on anywhere, even after quite a few tries. I'm gonna try one more, like as low as I can on the wheel right here. Let's start on the left. Maybe that'll help for some reason. It does clip onto one side pretty easily, but then it gets like really stiff right here, and I can't push it any further. I can't seem to find the height to place this on, and honestly, it's not very easy to use, guys. It's also leaving these kind of marks on my steering wheel. Now, I think I'll probably just be able to wash these off. It's just probably from the wood, but overall, unfortunately, this one, I'm gonna have to give a 1 out of 10. It just doesn't work for my wheel. Number 2 is this lunchbox stove right here. It plugs into your car. It's supposed to reheat your leftovers. It's got a carrying handle. It does lock shut as well. And it was purchased over 100 times this month. So let's try this one out. So this plugs into a standard car port that everyone has in their cars. Just like this, the 12-volt charger, and that red light goes on so you know it is working. And then I think you just open this up, so you undo that kind of tight latch in there, open this up, and it should heat things up to 300 degrees inside of here. I'm starting to feel the warmth on that a little bit, almost burned my hand if it was a couple minutes later, but let's get some cold leftovers put into there. So I've got these cold wings that have been in my fridge, they're leftovers. Let's get a few of them put inside of here. Let's just throw in like 3 of them, and let's see how long it takes to actually get these up back to room temperature or fully cooked. It says you can use this to either cook food or reheat leftovers, but I'm gonna go with the leftovers this time, and I will be back with you guys on this one once these are ready. And while those wings reheat up, this is product number 6 with over 200 sold this month. It is a car cup holder tray. So out of the packaging, it comes with these 3 pieces that you have to quickly assemble. It kind of looks like this one right here is unlockable and rotatable. So I'm gonna put that inside of here because I think that's where it goes, and then lock it shut. That looks like step number 1. Looks like I missed a key piece in tightening here with this little adjustment knob here, so tightened that. And then I put the car tray on the top also. It just kind of clicked in like the other piece. I was trying to get it off to redo it again, but I can't seem to get it off, so we're gonna leave it on and let's jump into the car. And then it looks like this bottom piece right here just goes into the cup holder, so let's try that out. Looks like my cup holder is the perfect size for it. It fits really snug in there, and even though the tray can move a little bit, the thing is pretty steady. You can rotate both the arm on the bottom right here and the tray on the top with these 2 knobs, so you can really get it to the perfect angle. So I'm gonna move it around so it's good for me to eat from. Let's go like maybe right here on the arm and right here on the tray. And it looks like it has a 3-pound limit. Pushing down on it, it feels relatively sturdy. So now if you have food in the car, you can easily take it, your chicken nuggets, throw them right up there, your French fries, put them right next to it.
Seems kind of high.
It is definitely a little bit high. Maybe I can move it down with the arm. I don't want to make it move, so for now I'm going to leave it at this height. You can probably adjust it a little bit. It's not too bad. And then you can also put your phone in the phone slot on the other side right here. So if you wanted to watch YouTube or something like that, you do have that phone container. Simply eat from this. You get a nice tray in your car, and honestly, works pretty well. And then let's see if you can take it out of the cup holder. Yep, comes out just as easily. I will say this bottom piece right here feels a little flimsy. It feels like if you hit this plastic on something, you could break it off pretty easily, but for now, holding in place. So overall, this one works well. If you find yourself eating in your car a lot with nowhere to eat, I think it's a great product. It's not the most innovative thing in the world, but I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. At product number 5 is this clothes hanger bar. If you've ever tried hanging a bunch of clothes, you know it's a bit of an issue, so let's check this one out. So this bar hangs over the 2 hooks in the back of your car. It expands open based on your car's size. Let's go check it out. There's over 800 of these sold this month. So it looks like step number 1 is you just take the hook on the end of it and place it on one of your hooks in your car. It does work with either the hooks or the kind of bars that you can have. Either one will work. And then it pulls open, so it expands as far as, I think it's 5 feet. You can see this goes significantly past the end of my car with how much it expands open. So if yours is bigger, it'll definitely fit yours as well. as long as you don't have a super big car. Twist this around to get the hook facing the right way, and then I will hook it onto the other side right here also. And then I think it holds up to 30 pounds of weight, so I'm gonna put some pressure downwards on this. And yeah, definitely holding nicely. I mean, my hooks are starting to give up before the actual bar itself, so let's hang some stuff on this too. I've got 5 different suits and jackets here. Let's hang them all. So it does have a nice grip, so it looks like it holds nicely on there. You can see I'm pushing it back and forth and the bar slides a little bit, but the actual jacket does not, so it's definitely not going anywhere. And then there's the second one, put the third one up there, the fourth one, I can get it off my hand, and finally the last one here. And then you've got them hanging all nicely so that you have much more space to actually hang those up rather than those small hooks that you're trying to shove everything onto. So overall, I have to give this one a 10 out of 10. It's perfect at doing what it does. It solves a problem in the back of your car and it works super well. So I just checked on these and they're getting pretty warm. Let's open it up and check it out. So undo that lock, pull open the handle. And even though it's hard to hear through the camera, you can kind of hear them sizzling a little bit. And to the touch, these are pretty warm. They're definitely not boiling hot by any means, but for reheated food, I would say they're definitely warm enough to eat. Probably in 5 more minutes, they would be really, really hot, but it's only been about 20 minutes. So honestly, that's not too bad for reheating cold food. Overall, I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10. I think it's only practical for people who are eating cold food in their car a lot, like having your lunch there. So it's not for everyone, but it's a great product. Product number 4 is actually a Shark Tank product. It's this Saucemoto dip clip right here. These go in the vent of your car and then allow you to dip your sauces in. So you could definitely pair it with that car tray that we tested out earlier, but let's look at these. So straight out of the packaging, this is what you get. That goes inside of the vent of your car, and then you put the sauce inside of these. So I think it just attaches on just like this. Let's see if we can get it in there. Perfect. And then it should rotate around also. Yeah, you get a full 360-degree rotation on these, so you can get them really at the angle that you want. And then if you have a liquid sauce, you would keep this little tray in, but for sauces that just come in their own containers like this, you take that tray out and you just put these into there like that. And now let's test it out with a liquid sauce also. If you know, you know, this is the second best sauce from Chick-fil-A. Their Buffalo's #1. Chick-fil-A sauce doesn't even compete with those two. But let's get this little white tray put back into there. So it just slides in like that. Does hold in there pretty nicely, and then pour some Polynesian in there. And now you're eating your chicken nuggets in the car. You got your sauce, you don't want it to spill everywhere, so you've got it in your little Saucemoto tray right there. Dip those chicken nuggets in, get a perfect dip, and enjoy a nice sauce chicken nugget. It does also come in a 2-pack of them too, so you and the passenger can both enjoy these, or you can use 2 different sauces for yourself. Overall, I'm gonna give these a 9 out of 10 as well. Again, not something that everyone needs, but if you're eating in your car, I think these are super helpful and super practical. At number 3, I feel like I've seen this one go viral way too many times. It's a foam blaster for your car. It has over 2,000 of them sold this month alone, and I'm gonna see if it can fix my dirty car right here. All right, I've got this all assembled. It was just a couple of pieces that really easily attached together, and now I've got to fill up this little bottle here with soap. We've got our car wash foaming soap, and I'll fill it up to that soap line in there. And I've got the rest of this filled up with warm water, so let's get it all screwed back on. Oh. And then it says to wet your car first, so that is where I'm starting here. And let's twist the hose onto So this probably should have been the first thing I checked, guys, and I don't want to make this too unsatisfying, but it's supposed to come with a quick connect piece to actually attach to your hose and a little filter here so it doesn't leak. I just triple checked the box. I don't have either of those, but I'm gonna just hold this together like this just to see if it'll actually work if it did come with those 2 pieces. So let me turn on the hose and I'll try this out. Hopefully I don't get too wet. If I get soaking wet here, guys, you better at least subscribe for it. Let's try this. Okay, so we are getting a little bit of water to come through. I'm not seeing any soap coming through though. You can see with it lined up perfectly, we're getting water, but absolutely no soap or foam is coming through that blaster. So I got drenched in the process. This didn't give any foam through it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but we're also missing a few pieces that it just didn't come with at all. I'm gonna have to give this one a 1 out of 10. It was a complete fail. At product number 2, with over 4,000 of them sold, which apparently might not make a difference since 2,000 of those foam blasters were sold, are these car LED lights that apparently sync to your music as well. So this is what they look like when they're actually unboxed. You got the power cord right here. You've got 4 of these LED light strips, so 1 for each of the 4 seats. And then in the middle is a little control box to actually turn it on and off, change the color, change the mode, and turn it on music mode. It also comes with a remote for that, but let's get these all set up. All right, so we installed them onto the backs of the seat right here that you can see, and then they kind of roll through under each of the seats and go in the front of the front seat as well. It has this entire remote to change the colors, to play around with them, turn them on and off. You can switch it to pretty much any LED color that you want. And you can see it does give a really nice reflection on the back of the seats. I will say in the front, it's harder to see that reflection, at least in the daylight. I have this kind of turned up all the way right now, and even switching through the colors, you can see there's not a huge showing in the front versus the back right there. You also have to deal with a little bit of wires showing in the back. Now you could use like cable clips and things to actually route those and hide those a little bit better, but either way, you're gonna have a little bit of wire showing kind of in those back seats. So overall, I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. It works pretty well for the back seats. You can definitely put on a party for your backseat guests, but it's not the greatest thing in the world at lighting up the entire car, at least not while it's bright outside. And at number 1, with over 20,000 of these sold this month alone, is this portable car air pump right here. So here's the actual gadget right here. It's pretty small. It actually kind of fits like in the palm of my hand right here, almost in one hand easily. You've got the end of it ready to put into the tire, a really long cord to plug into that 12-volt outlet so you can use the battery of your car to use it, and a couple other extension and hose types in case that one doesn't work for you. So right now my front right tire is only at 35 PSI compared to 37 on the others, so I'm gonna pump up that front right one to 37. All right, I've got it plugged into the 12-volt of my car right now, and you can click this little M button based on what you are actually pressurizing. So obviously I want those PSIs for my car right there. Let's get this nozzle off of my tire, step number 1, and get this other one attached onto it. And then let's get this set up to 37 as our target. So just clicking through that, 37. And just in case you need it, there's a little flashlight onto here too. So if you weren't able to see that tire, you could light it up with the flashlight and see that nice and well. And then let's hit the power button and let's see how quickly this inflates. So you can see we're at 37 now, and honestly guys, that was no more than 30 seconds to inflate it. The fastest one I've ever tried. Let's double check with the car and see if it agrees. And you can see my car entirely agrees. It is 37 PSI right on the dot. This one is easily a 10 out of 10, probably the best product I tried today. You've got to check this one out and make sure you store one in your car.